Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Nazir, page 54, which discusses a situation where a Nazir who is not allowed to become impure, that we do not say that he has the absolute stringent laws of becoming impure, like coming in contact with a dead body, and that he would end up being impure and it would remove all of those days of him having counted as a Nazir. But instead, it's a less of a level, a rabbinic form of impurity. And it's brought down numerous cases. One of them is a person who goes to Eretz Ha'amim, namely the lands of the other nations. More specific, this is referring to a person who is living in Israel, and they leave Israel and they simply go to another country. So on this, the sages actually say that there is an element of impurity that's placed upon that person. Now, there's a question whether or not that level of impurity that they place is when it comes to the actual clods of earth, that because a person is in contact with touching the ground, or even the air itself contaminates a person to the extent that they become impure. And on this, the Talmud discusses a difference would be possibly if you would leave Israel in a box. And because you are in this sealed container, so you're not actually touching the earth, but nonetheless you're still breathing the air. So the question is, would that person actually become impure even on that level? Now the question is, why are the sages saying that this person is going to be impure by just simply walking out of the land of Israel? And this Tosfos gives a very basic answer. Tosfos says the reason why is because Kadesh lo yetzi me'eretz l'chutz la'aretz. The sages are extremely strict, even more strict than when a person would come in contact with a dead body in certain respects, that the law is that this person is impure, even though he technically is not. He didn't actually do anything. All he did was walk out of Israel. But the sages wanted to make sure that the person who is in Israel stays in Israel. Now, the truth is, there are certain exceptions in which we've seen elsewhere in the Talmud that a person is allowed to leave Israel. It may be for marriage, or if there is a scholar or there's someone that you could learn from out of Israel, in which you would not be able to learn and grow spiritually in Israel. But other than that, we would not want you to leave Israel. This is considered not just a place where Jews can go and visit, but that's really where we should reside. Of course, in this day and age, we have about half of the Jewish population in the United States, and the other half is in Israel. But the reality is that the sages wanted us to be able to make Israel our homeland, to encourage people to live there and to discourage people from leaving. And this is one of the ways that this was done, by instituting these laws of impurity, so that a person who is living in Israel hopefully will never want to leave.